the medium employees development. 12. Mr. Speaker, sir, the statement on the impact on the recent drought on the livestock industry in Kenya by Senator Lenku Seki, MP, was responded to put the senator who had sought the statement raising concern on the response from the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development, which the committee will earn by inviting the Cabinet Secretary and the governors from the ASO counties to a committee meeting to deliberate the supplementary uses that arise. Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee is yet to receive response to the following committees: statement on the status of distribution of standardized fertilizer in Laikipia County by Senator John Derito MP, statement on the operation of the commodities fund by Senator Samson Seregei MP. D. Petition. Honorable Speaker, the committee considered 1. Petition, the petition on the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, EACC, graft investigation on the West Canal irrigation. 15. The committee has been able to meet with the petitioner, chairperson, Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, and the Governor, Kisumu County. The committee is scheduled to meet the Cabinet Secretary, Minister for Water, Sanitation and Irrigation on 20th July 2023, and the leadership of the West Canal Farmers Cooperative Society on 25th July 2023. Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee will consider and adopt the report once it has met with the Cabinet Secretary, Minister for Water, Sanitation and Irrigation, and the leadership of the cooperative. E. Stakeholders engagement. 17. Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee attended the Tea Summit in Kericho on 6th and 7th July 2023 that was organized by the Office of the Deputy President. The aim of the conference was to identify and act on key enablers in the entire tea value chain. This arose from the decision of the government to reform the tea sector and seeing the need to upscale all food and eat cash crops farming. 18. Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee conducted public participation on both Tea Amendment Bill 2023 and the Coffee Bill 2023 in Bomet, Kericho, Bungoma, Kirinyaga, Embu, and Nyeri committees. Further, the committee conducted public participation on the Cotton Bill in Kitui and Busia counties. Mr. Speaker, sir, in conclusions, I wish to thank your office and that of the clerk of the Senate for the continuous support accorded to the committee to enable it to meet its mandate. Lastly, I also wish to thank the members of the committee for their commitment and diligence and contributions during the committee activities. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The Chairperson, Standing Committee on Education.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 556(1)B to make a statement relating to the activities of the Standing Committee on Education for the period between 1st April 2023 to 30th June 2023. Honorable Speaker, the Standing Committee on Education is established under Standing Order 228(3) of the Senate Standing Orders and is mandated to consider all matters related to education and training. During the period under review, the committee held a total of 16 sittings, during which it considered 2 bills, 9 statements, 2 public petitions, and tabled 2 reports. 1 bills. Honorable Speaker, during the reporting period, the committee considered the following 2 Senate bills. A, the Learners with Disabilities Bill 2023, Senate Bills number 4 of 2023. The Learners with Disabilities Bill 2023 was referred to the committee on 7th March 2023. The committee consequently facilitated public participation and prepared its report, which was subsequently tabled in the Senate on the 3rd of May 2023. This bill is currently at the Committee of the Whole House stage. B, the Kenyan Sign Language Bill 2023, Senate Bills number 6 of 2023. The Kenya Sign Language Bill was referred to the committee on 22nd March 2023, following its introduction in the Senate by way of first reading. The committee facilitated public participation and engaged interested members of the public and stakeholders pursuant to the provisions of Article 118 of the Constitution and the Standing Order 145.5 of the Senate Standing Orders. Thereafter, the committee prepared its report, which was laid on the table of the Senate on Tuesday, 20th June 2023. Honorable petitions, number 2 petitions. Honorable Speaker, during the period under review, 2 petitions were committed to the committee for consideration. A petition regarding the 1997 to 2007 retired teachers' claim. This petition was reported in the Senate on 8th March 2023. The petitioners prayed that the Senate investigates the reason why the Teacher Service Commission, TSC, and the Pensions Department of the National Treasury have not paid the retired teachers their pension claims. During its consideration, the committee identified various stakeholders and scheduled meetings to deliberate on the issues raised in the petition. During the deliberations, the committee was able to receive information relevant to the issues raised in the petition. Regrettably, the Cabinet Secretary, the National Treasury and Economic Planning, who is a key stakeholder in the issues raised in the petition, has not appeared before the committee despite 4 invitations from the committee. Honorable Speaker, the committee observed that this continued to occasion delay in its conclusion of consideration of the petition in light of provided timelines. Consequently, the committee resolved to summon the Cabinet Secretary pursuant to Article 125 of the Constitution and Sections 18 and 20 of the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act 2017. Nonetheless, the Cabinet Secretary did not honor the summons. Mr. Speaker, sir, at its meeting held on 29th June 2023, the committee imposed a fine of Kenya shillings 500,000 pursuant to Section 19(1) of the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act 2017. The Cabinet Secretary has appealed against the fine. However, the committee upheld the fine and further issued a second summon for the Cabinet Secretary to appear on Thursday, 28th July 2023. Number B, petition regarding salary arrears for P1 teachers with A-level academic qualifications from 1996 to 2010. Honorable Speaker, this petition was reported on 23rd May 2023 and consequently referred to the committee for consideration. The petitioners' prayers to the Senate are that the National Treasury factors in their salary arrears from 1996 to 2010 for P1 A-level teachers. At its sitting held on 29th June 2023, the committee considered the petition and resolved to invite the petitioners to a meeting of the committee to provide further information. The meeting with the petitioners was held on 20th July 2023. The committee is scheduled to meet other stakeholders, prepare its report and table it in the House, and respond to the petitioners as stipulated. Statements. Mr. Speaker, sir, during the period under review, 9 statements were sought from the committee, and in its consideration, the committee sought reports and responses from the Ministry of Education, Teacher Service Commission, national government departments, and other relevant state agencies. The committee has since considered and concluded on 2 of these statements and resolved to conduct an inquiry into the issues raised in 4 others. A comprehensive report has been attached herewith for ease of perusal. Honorable Speaker, the committee has also scheduled a meeting with the Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Education, to deliberate on the issues raised in these statements, and all the senators who sought responses will be invited. The committee, however, regrets delays in considering the statements sought, occasioned by A, quorum hitches, partly because of clashing committee meeting schedules, B, access and provision of sufficient information and data by the executive and other government agencies, and C, frequent postponement of meetings by the government agencies. Number 4, county oversight visits. Mr. Speaker, during the period under review, the committee conducted 1 county oversight visit in Uasin Gishu County as part of the inquiry into the implementation status of the sector policy on learners and trainees with disability. The committee resolved to undertake this inquiry after the consideration of the Learners with Disabilities Bill 2023 and the Kenyan Sign Language Bill 2023, and further during consideration of the statements sought on A, the transfer of the only special needs teacher at Gano Primary School in Oljorok, Nyandarua County, sought by Senator George Mbugua, MP. B, the closure of Cabinet School for the Deaf by Senator Hamida Kibwana, MP. C, the failure by the Minister of Education to release capitation funds for special schools by Senator Professor Margaret Kamar, EGH, MP. And D, status of funding for special needs schools in the counties by Senator George Mbugua, MP. Mr. Speaker, sir, in conclusion, I wish to thank your office and the office of the clerk of the Senate for the continuous support accorded to the committee in executing its mandate. Lastly, I also wish to thank the members of the committee for their diligence and contributions during committee activities. I thank you.
Now, honorable senators, I will allow limited intervention to be made on these 3 statements under Standing Order 56. I will allow 2, that's 1 from the opposition side and 1 from the government side, and each will speak for not more than 3 minutes. Senator Enoch Wambua.
Thank you, the Speaker. The Speaker, I will be very brief. I want to comment on the 2 statements, the first 2 statements. One from the Committee on Devolution. I'm happy to note that the Committee on Devolution is engaging on matters to deal with the Kenya Urban Support Program. You realize, Mr. Speaker, that is a very huge program funded by the World Bank in 45 counties, in 59 municipalities. And I want to urge the committee to go beyond scratching the surface in regard to the monies that have been expended on the rolling out of that program. I know there is a near conflict between that committee and the Committee on Infrastructure, because the Kenya Urban Support Program also deals with the infrastructure issues. So the 2 committees need to agree on which committee will pursue which line to ensure that money is expended is properly used and there are results for it. Mr. Speaker, on the second issue, the closure of county assemblies, I would have appreciated if the committee then told us exactly which committees, which assemblies have closed, the number, and which ones have resumed. And while at it, Mr. Speaker, it will then be important for the committee to note that the closure is not necessarily as a consequence of welfare issues of the MCS, because as late as yesterday, the County Assembly of Makwiny adjourned indefinitely on account of the arrest of their speaker These are issues that the devolution committee will need to look into and make sure that we unlock whatever things are clogging the system in the county assemblies. As Speaker, because of limited time, I want to comment on the issue of the Committee on Agriculture. And for purposes of full disclosure, as Speaker, I sit in that committee. As Speaker, there is a lethargy in all these committees, and this I must say, Mr. Speaker. The chairman of committees really must pull their socks when it comes to processing Senate business. There is an issue, Mr. Speaker, a statement I sought last year in November, and I'm told that the minister will be appearing next month to respond to that statement. Mr. Speaker, when we begin then to transact Senate business this casually, and the chair of Liaison is here, the Deputy Speaker, then we'll be losing it. Mr. Speaker, committees is where the real business of the Senate takes place. And so chairmen of committees, they will need to fast-track the processing of statements. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, I thank
Senator Kathuri Murundi.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, if I comment on the performance of the chairs, I will lose my minutes, so let me spare that. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to make my comment on the Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations Committee, that I did expected a comprehensive report on the closure of county assemblies, not just a line to tell us that they are working on it. Expecting the chair to give us a comprehensive report, because devolution can never work without the county assemblies. That is where action business is transacted, where they are able even to oversee or oversight the CEC. So I will discuss with the chair so that he can bring a comprehensive report on every county assembly, and also maybe whether they met the CAF for the CAF, or the individual county assembly leaderships, so that we can be able to know whether this session, maybe county assemblies will be working, so that we can be able to protect devolution. The other comment is on the Committee on Agriculture, where, Mr. Speaker, through the Office of the Deputy President, we end a very successful national coffee conference in Meru. And that is where the coffee bill, which is in this house, they will get a lot of information, a lot of amendments to give a lot of input on the bill. So I hope the committee really captured all the issues that were raised by the stakeholders, so that we can be able to get a very rich coffee bill that will be prosecuted in this house. Another one, Mr. Speaker, is the tea bill, which also we end another conference in Kericho on tea issues. And that time I'm happy that the Committee on Agriculture was well coordinated. They really participated also in the conference. The last one, Vice Chair Agriculture, I don't know whether you've been able to handle macadamia issues. You remember there was a regulation through the Minister of Trade that we should now be able, farmers should be able to sell their macadamia in shell without first crushing or processing. So that is another thing that is really waited by the farmers across the country. If I may make a brief comment on the chairs, I am happy that the chairs have been able to process bills, and the performance on the bills is so good, but on the statements, there is something to do. I agree with you, and we have discussed, but also they are saying that the CSs are not appearing as they should. Therefore, we were discussing or debating whether maybe on statements, can we allow PSs maybe to come before and appear before the committees? Because I think we have more than 400 statements that have not been responded to. Mine actually are now 4, which have not been responded to. So I want to thank those committees for their statements, and also to thank the Committee on Agriculture and no issues on it, so that
Senator, your time is up. I'm sorry. Before I allow the clerk to call the next order, allow me to make the following communication. In the public gallery this afternoon, we have 62 students, accompanied by 4 teachers from Nguruki Day Secondary School, Tharaka Nithi County, who are in the Senate on an education tour. In our usual tradition of receiving and welcoming visitors to Parliament, I extend a warm welcome to them, And on behalf of the Senate and on my own behalf, wish them a fruitful visit. Also in the public gallery this afternoon, we have 43 students accompanied by 4 teachers from Kamview Mixed Day Secondary School, Embu County, who are in the Senate on an education tour. In our usual tradition of receiving and welcoming visitors to Parliament, I extend a warm welcome to them, and on behalf of the Senate and on my own behalf, wish them a fruitful visit. I will allow the Senator for Embu under 1 minute to make your welcoming remarks, and also the Senator for Tharaka Nithi under 1 minute to say, is he present? To, pardon? We will allow the Deputy Speaker to proceed to, under 1 minute, to extend some words of welcome, in that order.
Asante Bwana Spika. Nakaribisha watoto wa kutoka Embu Kamview Primary School au Secondary School. Mkuje mjifunze, muone yale tunatenda hapa. Hapa Senate ni hapa house ambaye ninyi mtakuwa maseneta wa kesho, ninyi mtakuwa MP wa kesho na pia speaker. Kwa hivyo tunaomba nyinyi mkae vizuri, msome vizuri, mjiepushe na mambo ya mandawa ya kulevya ama pombe ama mambo yale haifai. Kwa hiyo namuomba wakati mko shule mtii wazazi na walimu. Na pia tunashukuru Embu County kwa sababu county 47 juu ya umoja, Embu County haikwenda maandamano. Asante, mkirudi nyumbani mjue sisi serikali ya Kenya Kwanza tunaendelea vizuri. Asante.
Deputy Speaker.
Pia nitaendelea na Kiswahili kusema napongeza walimu, wanafunzi na wazazi wa Nguruki Day Secondary School pale Tharaka Nithi County. Tharaka Nithi ni county jirani yangu sababu ilikuwa Meru zamani, tukakata ikakuwa Tharaka Nithi na Meru. Kwa hivyo nachukua fursa hii kuwakaribisha katika Senate na kuambia waendelee vizuri katika masomo yao, waendelee na nidhamu njema na kusikiza vile wanafunza na walimu. Niwaambie wale masenators wako hapo walipitia kwa hizo shule. Na hata kama ni day secondary school, hakuna shule day ama boarding. Zote shule zina walimu sembamba. Kwa hivyo nawatakia mema na kuambia wanjikaze, mwaka huu kuna mtihani baadaye, na kwa hivyo tutaangalia sana Nguruki Day iko namba ngapi katika kaunti ya Tharaka Nithi. Na kwa hivyo kwa niaba ya Senator wa Tharaka Nithi nawatakia kila laheri wakirudi makwao nyumbani. Asante Bwana Speaker.
Thank you. Before we proceed with the next order, allow me to again make this communication. Now, honorable senators, Senator Chimera, you're out of order. As you may recall, at the sitting of the Senate held on Tuesday, 18th of July, 2023, the temporary speaker then, Senator Veronica Maina, MP, directed Senator Samson Cherangei, MP, Senator Daniel Manzo, MP, and Senator Beth Siengo, MP, to substantiate utterances made in the course of debate, following interventions pursuant to Standing Order 105.1. Standing Order 105 provides as follows. A senator shall be responsible for the accuracy of any facts that the senator alleges to be true and may be required to substantiate any such facts instantly. If a senator has sufficient reason to convince the speaker that the senator is unable to substantiate the allegations instantly, the speaker shall require that such senator substantiates the allegations not later than the next sitting day, failure to which the senator shall be deemed to be disorderly within the meaning of Standing Order 121, that is disorderly conduct, unless the senator withdraws the allegations and gives a suitable apology if the speaker so requires. Now, honorable senators, the 3 senators were not able to substantiate their statements pursuant to Standing Order 105.1, and subsequently requested the speaker to provide the evidence at the next sitting day in accordance with Standing Order 105-2. Having acceded to the request, the Speaker, pursuant to the said Standing Order, directed the senators to substantiate the allegations at the next sitting day. I have reviewed the Hansard report of the proceedings held on Tuesday, 18th July 2023, and I have ascertained the remarks that necessitated the senators to be challenged to substantiate their claims. The sittings of the Senate on Wednesday, 19th June 2023, adjourned due to lack of quorum. The particulars of the allegation that require substantiation by the respective senators are as follows. Senator Samson Cherargei, MP. Senator David Wakoli Wafula, MP, sought the intervention of the chair to require Senator Samson Cherargei, MP, to substantiate the statement that most young men in Nandi County who criticize the governor in social media, funerals, and other public functions are taken to DCI. B. Senator Moses Kajwang, MP, sought the intervention of the chair to require Senator Samson Cherargei, MP, to substantiate the statement that some of us who are neighbors know that it was about the border issue and the issue of leaflets from some of the political leaders from Nyanza region. Senator Daniel Manzo, MP, Senator Cherargei, MP, sought the intervention of the chair to require Senator Daniel Manzo, MP, to substantiate the statement that what is happening in Sundu is politically instigated. 3. Senator Beth Siengo, MP. Senator John Methu, MP, sought the intervention of the chair to require Senator Beth Siengo, MP, to substantiate the statement that tunajua vizuri sana kwamba sisi wana Azimio tungewachwa tuende kwa barabara kudai haki yetu bila kuingiliwa na polisi au wahuni ambao wanapangwa na maseneta kama Senator Cherargei, basi hakungekuwa na vurugu yoyote. B. Senator John Methu, MP, sought the intervention of the chair to require Senator Beth Siengo, MP, to substantiate statement that Senator Cherargei na Senator Methu wanachochea wananchi ndiposa wanaonyesha kwamba sisi ndio tuko na shida. Now, honorable senators, pursuant to Standing Order 105-2, I now invite the 3 senators to forthwith substantiate their claims, failure to which the senators shall be deemed to be disorderly within the meaning of Standing Order 121, and in the absence of such substantiation, the senators will be required to withdraw their statements and apologize to the Senate. If they fail to heed to the 2 options, then I will direct them to leave the chamber for being disorderly. I will start with Senator Samson Cherargei, MP.
Mr. Speaker, sir? Okay.
We'll start with the statement from Senator David Wakoli, where he sought you to substantiate the following. Most young men in Nandi County who criticize the governor in social media, funerals, and public places are taken to DCI.
Mr. Speaker, I think on the second issue, on the issue that I made on the floor of the House about the border issue of
start with the one by...
No, on that one, Mr. Speaker, I will request more time with your indulgence understanding number 1, so that I didn't know, Mr. Speaker, because you remember we adjourned because of lack of quorum. Can I still be allowed to more time because we adjourned because of lack of quorum? Maybe I will need your guidance.
I'm afraid the standing orders talk about the subsequent sitting.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, therefore...
You either substantiate now or proceed to withdraw and apologize.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, on that one, although I said it but anyway, I withdraw and apologize on count number 1. On count number 2, Mr. Speaker, on count number 2, Mr. Speaker, the issue there is we want peace and harmony along the border, and having a discussion, I thought it would not be wise to pursue because we want unity, peace, and harmony along the border. I respectfully Mr. Speaker, with a lot of humility, from the bottom of my heart, apologize for the remarks that I made that might have been misconstrued against my colleague leaders from the region, and therefore, with profound heartfelt, to withdraw and apologize to the people of Luo Nyanza, and Mr. Speaker, pray that that region becomes the oasis of peace, tranquility, unity in diversity. And I'll be visiting a church in
Senator Chirange, you've discharged. You've discharged your duty. Kindly proceed to take your
Okay, chair. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, but I just wanted to say I'll be visiting the church on the Sondu region to just pray with them, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
Senator Daniel Manzo, is he present? He's not here. Senator Beth Siengo. The first challenge for you to substantiate was by John Mathew. Tunajua vizuri sana kwamba sisi wana Azimio tungewacha twende kwa barabara kudai haki yetu bila kuingiliwa na polisi au wahuni ambao wanapangwa na maseneta kama Seneta Chirange, basi hanguge kuwa na vurugu yoyote.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Because of...
Proceed, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Now, because of what has been happening and what is happening, actually I had no time to look for the evidence that I had promised because I've been in hiding. Mr. Speaker, sir.
Let the senator be heard in silence, please. Can the senator be heard in silence? Proceed, Senator Beth.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir. Actually, from here, I had to run away to Ketri. I only came back this morning, sir.
Senator,
and I would say...
proceed to substantiate or withdraw and apologize.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think what I said, it was at the spur of the moment. So I withdraw and apologize. Thank you.
Proceed with the second limb of the challenge. You were challenged by, again, Senator John Mathew. When you said Senator Chirange na Senator Mathew wanachochea wananchi ndiposa waonyeshe kwamba sisi ndio tuko na shida.
Thank you. I would say the same thing, sir. I withdraw and apologize.
Thank you. Senator Manzo is not present, so once he makes his way to the chamber, he will equally be made to either substantiate or apologize. Now, senators also have, you remember I had promised to make a communication on the dress code because we spent a lot of time on interrogating points of order on how we dress as honorable senators. So I will proceed to make that communication on our dress code. During the sitting of the Senate held on Thursday 15th June 2023, the senator from Migori County, Senator Eddie Okech, MP, rose on a point of order pertaining to the manner of dressing by the senator for Nyandarua County, Senator John Mathew, MP, pursuant to Rule number 5 of the Speaker's rules on the conduct of senators within the premises of Parliament. In the point of order, Senator Okech sought the intervention of the Speaker as, in his opinion, Senator Mathew was adorned in something that is not part of the dress code of the Senate. The point of order by Senator Okech was further buttressed by the Senator for Homa Bay County, Senator Moses Kajwang, MP, who argued that application of Rule 5 on the dress code must be done with a degree of restraint on the part of the senators so as not to ridicule the Senate and to bring it to disrepute. In the defense, Senator Mathew argued that besides being a Christian, he professes and subscribes to traditional religious faith, and that the hat he adorned was in line with the traditional religious faith of the Agikuyu. Following the point of order by Senator Ed Okech, I undertook to make a ruling at a later date on the dress code for senators, acknowledging that a time had come for the chair to put to rest the boundaries for rule number 5 of the Speaker's rules on the dress code. Honorable Senators, the matter of dress code of senators has surfaced a number of times. In the short stint of the 13th Parliament, warranting my hand to render a well-reasoned, considered and final ruling on the matter. I note with concern that the issue of dress code has been raised as a point of order 6 times. I will summarily remind the House of the number of instances that have arisen concerning senators' choice of dress as follows, which time could have been used to consider more important matters. On the 12th of October 2022, when Senator for Nyandarua County, Senator John Metho MP, rose on a point of order to highlight the attire of Senator for Kisii County, Senator Richard Onyonka. During the same sitting, Senator for Laikipia County, Senator John Kinyo, sought an intervention on the chair concerning the dressing of Senator for Kiambu County, Senator Karungo Thangwa. On 14 February 2023, nominated Senator Tabitha Mutinda, MP, rose on a point of order objecting the manner in which nominated Senator Gloria Oroba, MP, was dressed, and she was supported by several senators. During the same sitting, Senator for Migori County, Senator Eddie Okech, rose on a point of order seeking the directions of the chair on the dressing of nominated Senator Karen Nyamu. On the 2nd March 2023, Senator for Mombasa County, Senator Munyihaji Muhammad Faki, saw the intervention of the chair on the dress code of nominated Senator Raphael Chimera. And on 31st May 2023, Senator Samson Chirangei rose on a point of order objecting to the manner in which Senator Gloria Oroba was dressed, accusing her of being dressed like a disc jockey. Honorable Senators, rule number 5 of the Speaker's rules states as follows. Senators are required to enter the chamber, lounge, or dining room without being Senators are required not to enter the chamber, lounge, or dining room without being properly dressed. This means that a male senator shall be dressed in a coat, collar, tie, long trousers, socks, and shoes, or service uniform, religious attire, or such other decent dressing as may be approved by the Speaker from time to time. An equivalent standard shall apply in respect to women senators who may also wear kitenge or such other African attire. Honorable Senators, the Speaker's rules are made pursuant to Section 37 of the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act, specifically Section 37(1), 2, and 3, which states as follows. The Speaker of either House of Parliament may from time to time issue such orders as may be necessary or expedient for the better carrying out of the purpose of this Act, and 2, without prejudice to the generality of the foregoing, the orders may provide for A, the admittance of members of the public to the precincts of Parliament, or the deduction of any monies to a member in respect of refreshments or other facilities made available to members within the precincts of Parliament. C, the appropriate dress code for members. The Code of Conduct regulating the conduct of members of respective Houses of Parliament shall be as set out in the 4th schedule. Further, paragraph 7 of the 4th schedule to the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act states as follows. A member of the House shall uphold the dignity and integrity of the House by promoting respect for the House and the institutions at all times, ensuring that the members' non-parliamentary activities do not interfere with or compromise the members' official duties to bring the House into disrepute. Majority Leader, you may walk in because I have a long way to go. The rules to regulate the conduct of senators and also govern the admission and conduct of members of public and other visitors to Parliament. Breach of the Speaker's rules results in the matter being referred to the Committee of Powers and Privileges for consideration and action. Now, Honourable Senators, as I make a determination on this matter, I wish to draw to your attention that as representatives of the people, it is paramount importance that we project an image that upholds the respect and dignity of the office of a senator and the constitutional institution in which we serve. Let us appreciate that parliamentary chamber and committee rooms, including conference rooms, are not just places where we assemble to debate. They are symbols of our differences over democratic governance. The parliamentary chamber is a system where differences of opinion are canvassed, critical decisions affecting the lives of Kenyans are made, laws are passed, and resolutions adopted to shape the future of this country. Therefore, it is only fitting that we treat this chamber with reverence it deserves, starting with our attire. Honorable Senators, while the issue of defining the dress code may seem trivial to some of us, it holds great significance in fostering an atmosphere of mutual respect and decorum in protecting the image of Parliament. A well-defined dress code ensures that the focus remains on the issues scheduled for debate, as opposed to an individual's choice becoming the debate, hence wasting invaluable time that can be used to debate items on our order paper. Despite this, it is also important to strike a balance between upholding respect and dignity, whilst allowing for individual expressions. Our attires ought not to be overly restrictive and suppressive in acknowledging the diverse identities of our communities. Rather, it should set reasonable standards that uphold the tenets of professionalism while accommodating cultural and religious diversity. To achieve this, it is imperative that we adhere to the provisions of Rule Number 5 of the Speaker's Rules on the Dress Code. To further buttress the provisions of Rule Number 5, I now direct as follows, notwithstanding previous directives. 1. Dressing by honorable senators should be modest, appropriate, and not ill-fitting. 2. Religious attires are allowed based on the senator's faith. 3. The coat in Rule Number 5 should be long-sleeved, including that of the kaunda suit. 4. Lady senators' attire should cover the arms and should be below the knee. Number 5, the fabric for all senators' attire should be conventional and decent enough. For avoidance of doubt, jeans, leather, translucent and luminous fabrics and revealing outfits will not be allowed. Now, honorable senators, it is important to note that a dress code alone cannot guarantee the integrity of our debate or effectiveness of our policies. Ultimately, it is the quality of our arguments, the respect we show to one another, and the dedication we bring to our work that truly define us as a representative of the people. Our professional attire in a parliamentary chamber serves as a visible representation of our commitment to mutual respect. We also demonstrate our understanding of the importance of our rules and the gravity of the decisions we make. Going forward, the Chair expects all honorable senators to be dressed in formal, professional, or otherwise appropriate attire when attending plenary sittings and to adhere to the requirements of Rule Number 5 of the Speaker's Rules and Paragraph 7 of the 4th Schedule of the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act when undertaking our constitutional duties. In conclusion, considering the evolving nature of dressing and considering the importance of the same in enhancing decorum in the Senate, we will commence review of the Speaker's rules to take into account the above further guidelines and new developments on the dress code. Kindly be guided accordingly. Thank you. Now, honorable senators, I have a further communication to make. Kindly, let's take our seats. Now, honorable senators, at 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday, 18th July 2023, the Speaker interrupted the proceedings and adjourned the Senate pursuant to standing orders. As is established tradition, the Speaker's procession, consisting of the Speaker, who at that time was Senator Veronica Maina, a member of the Speaker's panel, the Sergeant-at-Arms, the clerk at the table, and a police officer from Parliament Police Station exited the Senate chamber on its way to the Speaker's office. On the walkway from the Senate chamber, just outside the Senate lounge, the Senator for Nairobi City County, Senator Edwin Sifuna MP, was heard shouting, "Shame, shame, shame," at the Speaker's procession. However, the procession proceeded to the Speaker's office in the usual manner. Subsequently, Senator Veronica Maina MP retreated to the Senate lounge, whereupon she engaged Senator Edwin Sifuna MP on why he was shouting at the Speaker's procession. It is at this point that a verbal altercation between the two senators ensued. Officers from the Sergeant-at-Arms and a number of senators who were in the room intervened in a bid to calm down the two senators and diffuse the engagement, which would have otherwise resulted in an unpleasant physical exchange. You will recall that on 28 February 2023, the Speaker issued a communication expressing deep concern at the state of affairs in the conduct of proceedings of the Senate in the few sittings that followed the commencement of the second